We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. You'll notice a perfect unfolding as we're moving forward here today. You already have a sense of what we want to talk about with you. We want to help you get to the vibrational frequency that allows what you want. We want to help you tune to who you really are. We want you to not worry about anything that happens, because everything that is happening, we're just going to enjoy it ourselves for a minute. Everything that is happening to you, everything that is happening to you, everything that is happening to you is temporary, because it's responding to your now frequency, now frequency, now frequency, now frequency, now frequency. So if there's something happening and you don't like it, you just got to change your now frequency. It's really as simple as that. And it really is more simple than you know. So, what do you want to talk about? Some things. Oh, it's going to be a really, really, really good day. We're eager to talk with you about anything that matters. And we don't for a minute ever want you to think that we don't think that the things that you are living, that the issues that you are contemplating, or the situations that you are standing in are not important, because every single one of them is. But we do want this gathering to be a sort of mental, if you want it to be for you, we can't do it for you, but we can intend it in terms of what we are offering. We would like it to be a sort of mental turning point where you decide you're going to start looking forward to what's coming with more enthusiasm as you detach more and more from anything negative about what is. Because you've been sifting through the data of life, and you've been launching these rockets of desire. Whenever you know what you don't want, you, for a moment, know what you do want, even though it's a vibration you haven't practiced, and even though it's a vibration you cannot sustain. You gave birth to it, and the larger part of you can sustain it and does. So when an idea comes to you, no matter how fleeting it is, the larger part of you holds that idea in vibrational frequency. It's like a beam of light that is forever held for you to tune yourself to. And if you care about the way you feel, then you're more likely to find yourself moving closer and closer to the frequency of it until it will breathe life into you in the same way that the rocket of desire that you launched breathed life into us. This conversation, this interaction, and this has been a conversation even though Esther's is the only voice you have heard. In other words, Esther is allowing us to demonstrate our vibrational knowledge through her voice. But you are demonstrating your vibrational knowledge through your thoughts. So we have been having a very valid, real, important conversation. Whether you are among the few hundred sitting in this room, or whether you are among those out in cyberland who are tuning in. This live broadcast, this worldwide live broadcast, the lives that you have been living, the contemplation that you've been offering, the words that you've just heard now, have caused an expansion of this universe, because this conversation has never been before until all of the universe. We don't come forth to express to you because your lives are broken and need to be fixed, because they aren't. We do not come forth because there is something that you are doing wrong that you need to correct in order to live the life in the way that you intended it to be. Nothing like that is going on. We come forth because you are the creator of your own reality, and most of you don't really know it and aren't really understanding how that is so. And until you get that life has caused you to ask for things that you're not a vibrational match to, and until you figure out how to now be a vibrational match for the things that you've been asking for, you can't complete the cycle of life thought by thought that you've been wanting. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing off limits. We call it the hot seat, but it really isn't all that hot. Don't worry about the way it unfolds. It is our promise to you it will be perfect. And we say happily for ourselves that every question that we've posed here today will be answered and demonstrated by the conversation that we now have. Your life experience is about to give life to all of these words that you have just heard. And oh boy, what's coming for you in the next days and weeks and months is going to amplify this new knowledge that you are gathering up in these words, in this conversation. So now we are explaining to you, stay with us, you're really going to like this. By the end of this day, you will understand this, and as you move forward in the next few days, things that you've been wanting will be realities, and you will understand it's because your vibration has shifted as a result of this understanding. So just softly listen and enjoy this explanation. So we've been talking recently about this vortex, and now we're telling you that where you stand, because of what you think and how you feel, you are creating a vibrational grid. It's like a framework of things that will fill in with manifestation. We'll fill in with more abundance. We'll fill in with more vitality. We'll fill in with more friends. We'll fill in with each and every detail of all of the things that you've been asking for that are right now, some of them, only a vibrational reality. And since you've been saying, Abraham, I appreciate the concept of the vibrational reality. I'll even go along with you and call it the vortex of creation. But until some of that stuff starts manifesting, I'm not feeling very excited about the concept of the vortex. And we say, well, then let's marry it with the concept of the grid. And as you prepare a vibrational nucleus, the contents of the vortex will flow right in and fill in your grid. Not all at once. You wouldn't want that. You don't want to eat all the food that you're going to eat for the rest of this life today, do you? You really don't. You want it to come incrementally and satisfyingly, but you don't want it all today. And you don't want the contents of your vortex to download into your experience all today. You don't. You want it to come incrementally. You want it to come naturally. You want it to be the next logical step. You want it, in fact, don't worry about it because it can't come otherwise. You want it to come when you're ready for it. And that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about how can you be ready for what you're asking for? Because almost all of you would say, I'm ready now. I'm ready to win the lottery. It's why I buy tickets every day. I'm ready to find my lover. I'm ready. And we say, if you are ready, it's happened. And if it hasn't happened, you're not ready. So what are you going to do to get ready? You got to stop doing that thing that you do that keeps you from being ready. I got to stop doing that thing I do that keeps me from being ready. What do you mean? You know, talking about the absence of what you want. That's that thing you do that keeps you from being ready. You don't mean to, but you keep practicing the vibration of the absence of what you want. And you got to cut that out. Well, that means I have no friends left. Because that's pretty much what we all talk about. Can't watch television. It's what they talk about. So what do I do? And we say, first, just accept that what you want is there. And that all you have to do is prepare yourself vibrationally. And just like water flows downstream, it will begin flowing into your experience. And then try just a little bit some of the things that we'll be talking about here today. And watch how some of those things that have been holding out begin coming in. And as you acknowledge, I can see how my deliberate effort, we use that word very softly, my deliberate effort, my deliberate focus, my deliberate caring about feeling good, so I deliberately contoured my thoughts into more general thoughts that felt better. I can see how this manifestation is a direct response of that, a direct response. And then it's really nice if you pay attention to all things that come, wanted and unwanted, because it's all the same. When something really wonderful happens, Esther would say, as these concepts were new to her, I did that. She just felt exhilarated. She could see the trail. And when something unwanted happens, she says, I did that. I did that too. Don't you love knowing that you have the ability to contour your vibration all day, every day into precisely that which will please you? And don't you love this cooperative universe that is showing you the components that are equaling the vibration that you've got going on? Don't you love knowing that there's no chance, there's no fate, there's no someone else pushing themselves into your experience? There's no assertion. There's no lack of control. You have complete control because you have the ability to think and feel and watch what happens, and then think and feel and watch what happens, and then think and feel and watch what happens. It's so wonderful to be in mindful, deliberate control of your own vibration. Because things are always working out for you, no matter how it looks in any point in time. Things are always working out for you. And as soon as you acknowledge that and begin deliberately applying your ability to think and feel, And then watch the cooperative, benevolent, loving universe say, here you go. Just what you ask for. Here you go. Just what you ask for. Oh, didn't mean to ask for that. Well, here you go. Just what you asked for. Didn't mean to ask for that either. Well, here you go. Just what you asked for. Maybe I need to rethink this. Maybe I need to rethink it and refeel it and rethink it and refeel it and rethink it and refeel it. Here you go. Just what you asked for. Much better. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain, and we've been way out there on the leading edge. We want to compliment you on your willingness to sit and listen to us talk incessantly about the laws of the universe and about the emotions that move through you. We know for sure that as a result of your willingness to just listen, that your vibration has been moved to a different place than it was before we had this conversation. It only takes 17 seconds of non-diluted focus in order to shift vibration, and you have been giving far more than that. 68 seconds of holding yourself in a vibration of well-being will shift your vibration, your point of attraction dramatically enough that that grid must fill in and must fill in today. So we're looking forward to the evidence that you will discover of this energy shift that has taken place as a result of this conversation. You could be unaware of law of attraction. You could have never heard of Abraham or the teachings of Abraham. You could not be making any effort to focus yourself into the things that you want. And you could live happily ever after, because it is the nature of this time-space reality that you live within. In other words, you don't need to know this in order to live well, nor do the people around you. But you are deliberate creators. And there is nothing more exhilarating for deliberate creators than to get your thoughts around what you can specifically do, how you can specifically mold the energy in order to get the results that you want. Because creators want to explore and decide and define the newness that you're reaching for. And then deliberate creators want to find a way of vibrationally allowing that which you've asked for. And nothing is more delicious than then allowing the universe to surprise and delight you in all of the ways that it will. It is our desire that as this grid fills in, and it will, it is our promise to you, that as it fills in, that you take note of the important part that you play in this deciphering process. We want you to feel happy about who you are and pleased that you have come to decide and to ask anew. We want you to feel the appreciation that Source feels for you in the part that you play here. If it were not for you out here on this leading edge, thought would not move beyond that which it is. That's big. If it were not for you participating with one another, you would not be creating vortexes that would be the nucleus or the starting place of the generations that are being born. If it were not for your willingness to explore the contrast and reach toward that which is new, there would be no expansion of the universe. In other words, the part you play is important. But not one of you said, I will sacrifice my joy to play this important role. Not one of you said that. And when you get back to the basics of caring about how you feel and reaching for these general feelings of well-being, you will be rewarded as you have intended to be with the manifestations that you have carved out of this time-space reality. Yes, of course, future generations are going to benefit mightily by your participation here and now. But you are supposed to benefit too, and now. And there is no joy that is greater for us to experience than your conscious acknowledgement of your alignment with that which is us. When you feel that joy radiating through you, we want you to know that what you've discovered is a path to the momentum of the joy that we all feel for you. And when you get there, stop and revel in that just a little bit and acknowledge the good job you've done of getting out of the way and allowing the joy that is natural to you. We spoke a lot of words here today, and you heard almost all of them.